Okay. Thank you. Kindly remain standing as we observe the South African national anthem, followed by the African Union anthem. Thank you. Kindly take your seats. Can I ask that all media, please can we vacate the stage so we can start our proceedings? Thank you very much. Okay, guys, we're going to go straight into performance. All performance microphones, please be on.
You are a vocabulary. We were forged from the same mountains, and although we have walked different paths, but we drink in the same fountains. From Cape to Cairo, hand in hand, with song and drum in our hearts, may we journey together in absolute peace. Ankeje, ankebe, ngoma, ngoma, yomhambi. You are goddess, primordial, pure. Plant in us your seeds of fertility so that our time in this realm yields with grace. For it is in your name that the women and the virgins in the waters sing. Betty si kupusom tom kulu si semlenze. Betty si kupusom tom kulu si semlenze. Betty si kupusom tom kulu si semlenze. Africa, you are goddess.
We thank our forefathers, Patricia Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, Mama Bethu, Unandi Kabebe. Uthungana kanjaba, othuma nqulumeni, kwayikwasama nqamasibikelana, utakule bafasana ukapi, batakule bathesamlafini, bathushaka ukubusa, kanti kunyaka nazona theseka batheka boziluma waliphisa besaba bebesi. Inyone thesa thesinye, yathesinye, bathi thesa thesinye, yathesinye, bathi thesa thesinye, yathesinye. Wena ndlovu. See this cool.
Ay, baba, busa, open your eyes to a new Africa. An Africa that is wide open to you. Enormous, diverse, and ever-changing. This is an Africa that is building, an Africa that is leading, open to big ideas and new partners, bursting with opportunities to enrich us all. No matter where you come from, wherever you look, you'll find a place of unique individuals, all fueled with a unified spirit to create prosperity. From the wild deserts and lush forests to exotic creatures and fast-moving cities, here is where you'll experience Africa's excellence. And therein lies its endless possibilities. We discover, we connect, and we grow. This is where you come to transform the future of travel. We have taken many routes, and now we begin on a new journey. This is why you are here. This is where your vision will be realized. For this is Unlimited Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage your program director, well-known TV personality, humanitarian, motivational speaker, Ms. Jerry Rantelli Elston.
Thank you, everyone. Distinguished guests, leaders of the tourism industry, global partners, fellow Africans, ladies and gentlemen. It's such an honor and so exciting to be here with you this morning. Can we just take an opportunity to celebrate the Mbusa Khoza poets, the Kangaroo Zulu dance group, as well as the Drakensberg Boys Choir. They're backstage, and I think they did a phenomenal job. It's my duty to welcome you to the opening of the trade floor here at Africa's Travel Indaba for 2025. It's a platform that truly reflects the spirit of African resilience, innovation, and creativity. It's here where partners come to be nurtured, but it's also here where ideas are fostered and exchanged, because tourism deserves to be celebrated just not as an economic driver, but also as a force for unity and transformation. I'd also like to acknowledge those joining us online. The world has changed, and not everybody has the opportunity to travel, so they might be able to hear you applaud them. So let's all applaud those welcoming us online and say thank you. Thank you so much for coming on board. I believe that when you count everybody joining us today online and in the room, the number is exceptional, so I'm excited about that. But let's take the time absolutely and of course to acknowledge and welcome our special guests here today. Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Paul Mashatile and Mrs. Humile Mashatile, thank you so much for joining us. Our tour ministers with us today, Honorable Patricia de Lille, thank you so much for joining us. Honorable ministers from the various African countries present here today, from Angola, from Eswatini, Mozambique, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, thank you so much for coming out and joining us today. But we also have ambassadors and we have high commissioners from various countries who have made their way to KwaZulu-Natal to be with us today. Welcome. Together with them, we have members of the diplomatic corps. We also have the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Tourism, Ms. Mganga Ngabashe. Thank you for being here with us, with Mr. Moodley, who is a member of the Portfolio Committee on Tourism. We have the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal Province, Honorable Sanke Ntuli. Thank you so much for welcoming us to your province. It's been exciting, it's been great. Honourable MEC for Economic Development and Tourism, Environmental Affairs, Reverend Musa Zondi, and His Worship, the Mayor of eThekwini, Councillor Cyril Ndaba. Thank you so much. We've enjoyed our time here with you. But also, we have the acting eThekwini City Manager, Lihe Pewe, who is with us today, alongside the South African Tourism Board Chairperson, Professor Gregory Davids, and the Marketing Committee Person, Opa Pilani. Also joining us, we have Directors General of the Department of Tourism, Mr. Victor Vele. Thank you for joining us here today. We have a long list of VIPs, so yes, bear with me. We also have the South African Tourism Chief Executive Officer, Mbulele Guliwe. Thank you for being with us today. And the South African Tourism Executive Committee members present. The DDGs of the Department of Tourism, as well as the Tourism KwaZulu-Natal Board Chairperson and their board members. The City of eThekwini's Executive Council members, thank you for welcoming us this morning, as well as the Nkosi Albert Lutuli ICC board members and board chairperson. The Executive Management of the South African Tourism, the Executive Management of Tourism KwaZulu-Natal, the Executive Management of Durban Tourism, the Executive Management of Nkosi Albert Lutuli ICC, the CEOs of Provincial Tourism Authorities, the Tourism Business Council of South African Board Chair, Mr. Jerry Mabena, the board members and the Executive Management of Tourism Business Council of South Africa, industry associations, business owners, partners, and our tourism stakeholders, valued members of the media who keep trying to come and be in the frontier. You all stay where you belong. You have long lenses, you will get the shots you need. I'm confident of that. We also, of course, want to welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out with us. And I trust that I have observed every protocol this morning. So, protocol observed. This is a proudly African gathering and a showcase of the magnificent, I believe, strength, creativity, and the wondrous cultures that we have on this continent of ours. This is an event that, in fact, is envious to many on the globe as a leader in tourism, challenging the perceptions that the rest of the world might have of Africa, but also putting to the forefront what we have to offer while we showcase who we are as destinations, as well as our hospitality. As you saw, the theme for this year's event is Unlimited Africa. And I think with 1,300 exhibitors, 1,000 hosted buyers, and 27 countries represented here, we truly have shown the limitlessness of Africa. I think you need to applaud yourselves for that. A few years ago, a lot of years ago, I might have had to say to the room, please turn off your cell phones, because it would disturb the technology that we were using in the room. We have advanced technologically, but here's the thing. After that, because of the advancements, I was then saying, please put your phones on silent, because we were only able to, as human beings, concentrate on one thing at a time, and we wanted your attention. We've advanced as human beings to the point where it's okay. You can pay attention to me while also being on social media. I know I have your attention. So, said that, here are the social media handles for the event. They are at SA Travel, I Trade, meaning Indaba Trade. Let me give that to you again. At SA Travel, I Trade. And you can also tag us. I've already seen people taking pictures, taking selfies. Selfies is a thing, it's a big thing. They took selfies with the image behind them. And so I'm going to ask those people in particular to please tag us in those pictures. Tag us at G20 South Africa ATI 2025. Do it now. I've got someone watching to see if we've been tagged. And because I know what you were wearing, I might just call you out for that. You can also tag us at South Africa Awaits. And what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the crowds who are truly and obviously going to join us in South Africa during their breaks, their holidays, and during the unforeseen and cold seasons in their countries. We've gathered here to share ideas, to ensure that those crowds do come to South Africa, those groups, those individuals, those families. But we're also here to celebrate the excellence of our hospitality and our tourism industry in South Africa. Africa's Travel Indaba is more than just an event. It's a pan-African statement to the world. It's a testament to what we can deliver when we collaborate with each other and we share our combined strengths. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now introduce and welcome, to give us a warm welcome to this beautiful city of Durban, our worship, the Executive Mayor of eThekwini Municipality. Please put your hands together for the Councillor Cyril Ngaba.
Thank you very much, Program Director, Ms. Ranseli Elston, Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency Paul Mashatile, Minister of Tourism in the Republic of South Africa, Ms. Patricia de Lille, KwaZulu-Natal Premier, Honorable Thamsanqa Ntuli, ministers from various countries present here today, the Speaker of KwaZulu-Natal, Honorable Boyce, MEC for Economic Development and Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Reverend Musa Zondi, MEC for Economic Development, Eastern Cape, Honorable Peters, High Commissioners present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Tourism, Honorable Mganga Kabashe, and other members of Parliament present, ESCO Committee member, Councillor Timbontule and other councillors. I would then say from here, protocol observed. The Program Director has assisted me and with tabling all the acknowledgements. You are all acknowledged. Thank you very much. Good morning, Sanbonani. It is both an honor and a privilege to welcome you to the 2025 Africa's Travel Indaba. This gathering is far more than a mere discussion forum. It serves as a driving force behind Africa's tourism aspirations. It is a dynamic continental platform that stimulates investment, facilitates trade opportunities, and highlights the rich diversity and excellence of African destinations. This year, we are projecting that Indaba will exceed last year's achievements by hosting over 9,600 delegates, generating 232 million in direct spend, an injection of 575 million into our local economy. These numbers are not mere statistics. They are a powerful endorsement of tourism as a key driver for economic transformation in our city and the province. held under the theme Open Code, Unlimited Africa Closed Code. This year seeks to position our city not just as a destination, but as a dynamic, investable ecosystem where culture, commerce, and community converge. From the moment visitors landed at King Shaka International Airport, the journey through Durban begins with rolling hills of sugarcane and the glimmer of the Indian Ocean. As they travel along the scenic coastline, they are introduced to a city alive with opportunities and its authenticity. Whether it is the vibrance of Florida Road, now undergoing a major facelift, the immersive wonder of Ushaka Marine World, the history-rich valley of Thousand Hills, or the tranquil Durban Botanic Gardens, our city offers more than a gateway. It provides an unforgettable experience. As part of our effort to make Durban the gateway to unlimited Africa, we are investing heavily on improving our infrastructure, especially in key economic and tourism nodes. Through this, we are transforming our city into a place that does not only attract visitors, but also inspires investment, innovation, and inclusion. We have intensified the maintenance of road, electricity, water, and sanitation infrastructure with noticeable improvement in places like the Umhlanga Promenade and key transport corridors. We are also reviving urban improvement precinct with a special focus on crime prevention and cleanliness to make the city more welcoming and visitor-friendly. We are also fast-tracking the upgrade of iconic sports venues such as Moses Mabhida Stadium and Kings Park with an amount over 200 million rand and 44 million rand respectively. These investments will strengthen Durban's capacity to host world-class events and contribute significantly to enhancing the city's visual appeal and infrastructure. Furthermore, Durban is in the midst of catalytic investment boom. I can name a few, but to save time, I'm not going to do that. I'm confident that working together with our social partners, we will build a city of our dreams. My optimism stems from the fact that we continue to work diligently to make Durban the premier destination of choice for investment and tourism. We are pleased that these efforts are being recognized, as demonstrated by the fact that we are a home of Africa's travel Indaba, the Inkosi Albert Tuli International Convention Center, the venue that we are using today, and we over a 5-time Diamond Arrow Award winner at the 2024 PMR Africa KZN Business Excellence Awards for being the best performing municipality on social upliftment, job creation, tourism attraction, foreign and local investment attraction. We have been officially recognized as Africa's leading festival and events destination. These achievements are not by chance. They are a product of hard work and continued collaboration with the private sector. Distinguished guests, while we build, we also promote that through our endless fun season campaign, we have curated a calendar of culture, cuisine, lifestyle, and adventure. From sunset cruises, horseback rides on the beach, and culinary markets to cultural safaris and local fashion showcases, Durban offers an abundance of experiences because truly Durban has more. The Deputy President Minister, Premier, and distinguished guest, as a city, we have an unenviable task this year, since this is the final year of our hosting contract of Indaba. We are determined to work flat out to demonstrate why Durban deserves to remain the home of this Africa's premier tourism showcase. In closing, we want to reiterate that Durban is more than just a destination. It is a gateway, a platform, a story of evolution, and a pulse of unlimited Africa. We invite you to partner with us in this journey of growth, innovation, and excellence. Let us continue to work together to build a city and a continent where tourism drives economic growth, inclusion, and prosperity. As we roll out the red carpet to welcome our visitors, we want to say that Durban is open for business and we are ready to welcome the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I'm excited to hear about the culinary experiences, the various, starting with a culinary experience. You obviously know I'm an eater, but all the offerings that you have in Durban, because it's really exciting to be down here at the moment. And one of the conversations we had yesterday was how what Durban is doing could be copied by some of our other provinces to ensure that, when you're going through your rainy seasons, others can have as much fun as tourism has here. But thank you so much for your warm welcome. Now it is my great pleasure to welcome, to address you, the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs. Please, from KwaZulu-Natal, please welcome Reverend Musa Zondi. Welcome.
Program Director, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Mr. Paul Mashatile, and Mrs. Mashatile, the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Patricia Lille, Honorable Ministers of Tourism and other portfolios from various African countries present on this occasion, the KwaZulu-Natal Premier, the Honorable Mr. Tamsangantuli, the KwaZulu-Natal Speaker of the KwaZulu-Natal Legislature, Ms. Nontembeko Boyce, the Chairperson of the South African Tourism Board, Ms. Makosazana Kanyile, and the CEO of SA Tourism, Nombulelo Guliwe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and privilege for the province of KwaZulu-Natal to once again host Africa's Travel Indaba. a platform that for over 3 decades has become synonymous with the kingdom of the Zulu, our beautiful province of KwaZulu-Natal, and the vibrant city of eThekwini. Deputy President, Honorable Minister, as KwaZulu-Natal, we remain hopeful and committed to ensuring that Africa's travel Indaba becomes a permanent fixture in our province, recognized globally as one of the signature events on the international tourism calendar. The tourism sector is a cornerstone of South Africa's economy and continues to play a central role in our broader development strategy, both nationally and provincially. KwaZulu-Natal's competitive edge in tourism is reinforced by our strategic coastal location, making us a natural leader in marine and coastal tourism, including cruise tourism, heritage routes, and innovations within the blue economy. Africa's tourism Indaba continues to be a critical platform to showcase our diverse tourism offerings and to expand market access across the province and the continent. KwaZulu-Natal is blessed with rich heritage assets, including no fewer than 4 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, notably 2 recent additions, the John Langalibalele Dube Heritage Site and the Isibutu Caves, reflect our commitment to preserving and celebrating our cultural legacy. To our buyers and exhibitors, you are warmly welcomed to experience the magic and majesty of the Zulu Kingdom. I wish to commend His Worship the Mayor of eThekwini for the city's ongoing efforts to revitalize and rejuvenate its tourism appeal. These initiatives, undertaken in partnership with key stakeholders, including your department, Honorable Minister, are helping to re-establish eThekwini as a destination of choice. As the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, we reaffirm our commitment to creating an enabling, supportive environment for tourism growth. In this financial year, we have commenced with the review of the Provincial Tourism Master Plan in order to align it with the priorities of the 7th administration. In addition, we are also reviewing our legislative framework to enhance governance and regulatory support for the sector. To deepen access to authentic Zulu culture and heritage, the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, through our identity and through our entity, KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority, will continue to invest in marketing and promotional campaigns. These efforts will amplify our cultural and heritage events, offering immersive Zulu experiences and reaffirming our place as a top tourism destination on the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, here in KwaZulu-Natal, we are privileged to be guided by a leader whose humility is matched only by his resolve. The Honorable, the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Ntuli, continues to champion a vision of inclusive development, ethical governance, and social cohesion. From his grassroots beginnings in the district of Nkandla to the highest office in our province, the Honorable Premier remains deeply connected to the people, committed to transformation, and steadfast in his pursuit of a safe, prosperous KwaZulu-Natal for all. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium the Honorable the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Thamsanqa Ntuli, to address you.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, the Program Director. And thank you to the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable Reverend Zondi, who has just introduced me. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, Honorable Paul Mashatile, Honorable Minister of Tourism in South Africa, Honorable Patricia de Lille, the Honorable Ministers from our neighboring countries, welcome to KwaZulu-Natal, the Honorable Speaker of the KZN Legislature, Honorable Nontembeko Boys, Your Worship, the Mayor of eThekwini, Honorable Cyril Klaba, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Portfolio Chairperson on Tourism, Honorable Tabashe, the SA Tourism Board Chairperson, Director Generals and officials present, distinguished guests, members of the media, the police, and ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, bonjour, dumelang, sanibonani, habari za asubuhi. On behalf of the people of KwaZulu-Natal, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to Durban, a city of warmth, in the province of warmth, resilience, and endless possibility. We are proud to host the 2025 edition of Africa's Travel Indaba, the premier gathering of Africa's tourism leaders, innovation, and storytellers. I must thank the Honorable Minister Patricia de Lille for joining the voice to host this important Indaba in our province of KwaZulu-Natal. In fact, to the Honorable Ministers of Tourism from across our beloved continent, our global trade and travel partners, distinguished exhibitors and delegates, members of the media and friends from all corners of the world, we say welcome, siyawamukela. And to our friends from the G20, we thank you. Just 2 days ago, Durban was honored to host the second G20 Tourism Working Group meeting. That gathering affirmed what we already believe: Africa is not on the margins of a global tourism. Africa is central to its future. This week, as we gather under the powerful theme, Unlimited Africa, we celebrate a truth that has long been self-evident to those of us who call this continent home, that Africa is vast, vibrant, and rich in heritage, that her cultures are diverse, her people welcoming, her landscape breathtaking, and her potential boundless. This year's Indaba brings together over 1,300 exhibitors, buyers from more than 55 global markets, and delegates from 27 African countries. We are especially proud to welcome first-time participants from Chad, St. Helena, and Burkina Faso. Their presence signals that this platform is not just continental, it's global, and it is growing. Ladies and gentlemen, our province is blessed with an abundance of natural and cultural treasures, from the majestic peaks of the Drakensberg to the golden shores of our Indian Ocean coast, from historic sites of struggle to vibrant township where innovation and enterprise flourish. Whether you are running the Comrade Marathon, tracing the Indaba heritage route, or enjoying a plate of Durban curry, you are part of our story, and we are proud to share it. But we also understand that showcasing our beauty is not enough. We must invest in it. In 2024 alone, KwaZulu-Natal welcomed 3.2 billion domestic visitors and 620,000 international guests, generating over 2 billion in revenue. This did not happen by chance. It was the result of sustained efforts in infrastructure, in marketing, and in partnership. Our airports are expanding. New routes are being explored from Paris to Durban, from London to Zulu Kingdom. Projects are underway in Margate, Richards Bay, Lund, and Mkuze to open even more of our province to the world. And our iconic Inkosi Albert Lutuli ICC, where we gather today, stand as a beacon of our readiness to host the world. We are also investing in our people, in entrepreneurs, in youth, in rural communities, so that tourism is not just an elite experience, but a shared prosperity. Last year, through the Tourism Market Access Support Program, 120 small businesses were connected to the international buyers. That is the kind of impact we want: meaningful, inclusive, and lasting. Our message is clear. Tourism must work for everyone. It must protect our environment. It must honor our culture. It must create jobs. And above all, it must unite, as we are united here today. And that is why we welcome initiatives like the G20's focus on inclusive and sustainable tourism. In Durban, that is not a slogan, it's a commitment. One we reaffirm with every investment in green energy, every partnership with local communities, and every effort to ensure that our growth leaves no one behind. Friends, the task ahead of us is big, but it's of our ambition. Because when we say unlimited Africa, we are not speaking in metaphors. We are speaking in a vision of an Africa where borders are bridges, not barriers, where travelers move with ease and ideas move even faster. A continent where tourism does not just bring visitors, it brings dignity, jobs, peace, and pride. So let us seize this moment. Let us connect, collaborate, and commit to each other to the future we are building together. Let us show the world what is possible when Africa tells its own story. And let us ensure that when the world looks to the future of travel, it sees Africa leading the way. Welcome to KwaZulu-Natal, welcome to Durban, welcome to Unlimited Africa. Ngiyathokoza, and thank you very much for being in our beautiful province.
Ladies and gentlemen, now turn your attention to a destination video that beautifully captures the spirit, the landscape, and the culture of KwaZulu-Natal.
In a land where stories are written by rivers and echoed through mountains. Welcome to KwaZulu-Natal, the magical Zulu Kingdom. A place where the wild still roams free, where golden coastlines stretch over 600 kilometers, and adventure lives around every corner on land and water. Here, ancient battlefields whisper history. 4 World Heritage Sites preserve nature and culture, and vibrant festivals reveal a melting pot of traditions. From safari escapes to scenic hikes, from film shoots to world-class events and conventions, KZN is more than a destination. It's a canvas for creatives, a home for dreamers, and a stage for global gatherings. So come explore, come celebrate, come experience it all in the heart of the Zulu Kingdom. Discover it, film it, feel it. Only in KwaZulu-Natal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I now have a great privilege to welcome to the podium the Honourable Minister of Tourism, affectionately known as Auntie Pat, Patricia de Lille. She's a champion for inclusivity. She's a sector transformer. The Minister continues to lead with vision and purpose, and I'm really excited to see her.
Good morning to all the beautiful people of not only KwaZulu-Natal, but from around the world that have joined us here today. It's indeed a pleasure and an honor for us to welcome you all. Honorable Deputy President Paul Mashatile, who is also the acting president for today, so technically we've got both of them here. All our fellow ministers from the continent, ambassadors, high commissioners, the diplomatic corps, chairperson of the portfolio committee, has come to do oversight to see that we are doing our work. Welcome. The Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, the Honourable MEC for Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Reverend Zondi. Also, His Excellency the Mayor, thank you for welcoming us. The South African Tourism Board Chairperson, Professor Gregory Davids. Our very own DG. DG, welcome. The CEO of South African Tourism, and all the chairpersons of the provincial tourism authorities, all our MECs that are here from the 9 provinces, and then our partners, representatives from the private sector, the Tourism Business Council, TOMSA, SATU-VITU, SATSA, and also the Tourism Transformation Council. Then our knowledge partner for G20, United Nations Tourism, all the industry associations, business owners, all the tourism stakeholders, then all the representatives of the technical working group of the G20, and then our valued media partners and representatives from across the world, including China, India, the UK, Africa, the USA. Thank you also for joining us here today. It is therefore an honor for us today that the Deputy President of South Africa, and by extension for today our President, Paul Mashatile, is here to open up the Travel Indaba for us. This Indaba is a catalyst for inclusive growth, for job creation, for sustainable development in tourism, not only here in South Africa, but for the rest of the continent. And this year, Durban is the host city of Indaba, a symbol of momentum for the entire African tourism community. It is also fitting that the G20 Technical Working Group is meeting here on the sides of the Africa Travel Indaba, placing South African tourism at the center of global dialogue. Tourism in South Africa makes a significant contribution to the economy, to create jobs and independent livelihoods. because tourism reaches parts of our country where there are very few opportunities. Tourism remains a powerful driver for economic growth across the continent. In 2024 in South Africa, we welcome 8.9 million visitors, with a direct spend of 91.6 billion rand and creating at least 1.6 million jobs. But we're very pleased in the first quarter of this year, the first quarter of 2025, we welcome 2.6 million tourists to South Africa. That's shown already almost a 6% growth compared to last year. But let us always remember that 75% of South Africa's international visitors comes from the rest of the continent, from the rest of Africa. And we really appreciate that. Now, if you look at the United Nations tourism statistics, they are indicating that there's a sharp rebound of tourism recovery in the continent compared to 2019. We've recovered more than 96% and positioning the African continent as the world's fastest growing regional tourism destination. And we are proud to announce all the 1,300 exhibitors, 1,200 buyers that are here from more than 55 countries, 27 African countries. So our collective presence here at the Travel Indaba signifies more than just market access. It signals Africa's readiness to lead, to innovate, and inspire the global tourism landscape. And we are especially excited to welcome 3 new countries from the continent that joined us for the first time here, from Chad, St. Helena, and Burkina Faso, whose presence here affirms the value of the growing Africa Travel Indaba, but also shows us this is a truly continental platform. And the tourism economy of tomorrow is African. It is diverse, it is youthful, it is green, it is digital. But we know that we cannot rest. We need to break through to a much higher growth in the tourism sector. We need a plan that we can implement immediately. That is why the Department of Tourism is finalizing our 5-year tourism growth partnership plan for the next 5 years. Honorable Deputy President, we aim to grow employment from the 1.8 million in 2024 through tourism to at least 2.5 million in the next 5 years. We also aim to grow domestic spend. Domestic tourism is the bedrock of our sector. We want to grow that in the next 5 years by another 25%. We want to grow our contribution to GDP that is currently at 8.8%. We want to grow it at least to 10%. We want to welcome an extra 1 million international arrivals annually. And this means growing by 35% to 2.8 million 2024 to increase that to 3.8 million and beyond. Now, this is not a difficult task if we work together, if we partner with the private sector. Because, Deputy President, I believe that anything is possible, but on condition that we all work hard, and we work damn hard, then we can achieve it. We're also proud of our new global campaign, South Africa Awaits, Come and Find Your Joy in Our Country. It's a heartfelt invitation to come and experience our country, not just through places, but also through people, through culture, and through emotion, that emotional connection. Joy is Africa's gift to the world, and our tourism offerings are its vessel. And as we look ahead, let this Indaba mark another chapter of African leadership in tourism. Let us commit again at the Travel Indaba as Africans to build an inclusive, sustainable, and a resilient sector, one that lifts up our communities, that bridge borders, and protects our shared heritage in the continent. This is our time. This is our Africa. And we are here to celebrate this. So I want to say thank you to every delegate that has shown up from all the countries around the world, to businesses, to all our buyers. I want to say thank you for placing your trust in Africa's value. To our partners, thank you for walking this journey with us. Let us use this platform to shape a stronger, more united tourism future for our continent. One in which Africa is included and Africa is leading. South Africa awaits. Come and find your joy. Come and build your future. Come and shape our beloved continent. And with those few words, once again, I will welcome the Deputy President later on. But for now, we just want to show off. You know, we like to brag. We like to showcase our continent. And we're very proud of our continent. We love this continent. And this is a truly, truly Pan-African event. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
Who was that?
Discovering joy in the people where the sun still shines. Zanzi Africa, rediscovering the sense of wonder. I see all colors, even those beyond the rainbow. I can see clearly now the light shines so bright. I feel the spirit of my country. Drums echoing the pulse of Mzansi, giving peace, joy, love and hope, and the sun still shines. Itlam Mabone, Mzansi Africa, rediscovering a sense of wonder. I see all colors, even those beyond the rainbow. sincerely now, with the light will shine so bright.
I'm hoping we can get everything sorted by the end of the program. Auntie Pat, it's my privilege to welcome you back on stage. Auntie Pat will be introducing our keynote speaker for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to introduce our Deputy President. We are so happy that he could join us here today. Now, as we all know, he was elected and sworn in as the Deputy President of South Africa in July 2024. And he's got a full portfolio. That is why we are appreciating that he could take time out of his busy schedule. As the Deputy President, he chairs several cabinet committees. The Committee on Governance, State Capacity, Institutional Development, Justice, Crime Prevention. Deputy President is also leading our land reform program, and he chairs the Interministerial Land Committee also. Deputy President is also the champion for social cohesion, that he also leads, and he assists the President with also the implementation of the district development model. Deputy President is also an Deputy President is leading our country, and we are so happy to have him here with us today. Deputy President, over to you. Acting President.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Minister, for the introduction. Let me greet our Program Director, Ms. Cherry Ranzeli Elson, the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Honorable Tamsan Nantuli, and Councillor Cyril Kaba, our Executive Mayor of eThekwini, our gracious hosts. Let me greet all the ministers who are here from our continent and the deputy ministers, MEC for Economic Development and Environment and Tourism, Reverend Zondi, and all members of the Executive Council who are here with us this morning. Speaker of KwaZulu-Natal, Non-Tobago Boys, all executive mayors who have joined us, MMCs and councillors present. Let me also greet all the leaders and representatives of the tourism authorities from across our continent. Ambassadors, high commissioners, captains of industry, business leaders, partners from the travel and tourism industry, exhibitors and buyers, ladies and gentlemen, Sanbonan. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Africa's Travel Indaba in KwaZulu-Natal, here in the vibrant city of Durban, eThekwini, a city renowned for its rich cultural history and breathtaking coastline. It is thus the ideal location for this major event that showcases Africa's tourist offers and potential for growth. I also like to congratulate our Executive Mayor, Kaba, and your team for hosting a successful Soweto derby between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs this past weekend. Well done, Mayor, with that. And Sawahalalisela Makosi back after 10 years in the top. Ladies and gentlemen, May is Africa Month. It is a month to commemorate the founding of the Organization of African Unity, formed in 1963, now known to all of us as the African Union. This month, we are reminded to forge unity, strengthen the bond of solidarity, and cooperate amongst ourselves as African states. This is a call we must never forsake until we witness a more integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa. 30 years ago, President Nelson Mandela spoke at this very event, which was then named the Indaba International Tourism Workshop. On that day, he reaffirmed our country's commitment to work with the rest of Africa to boost South Africa's and the continent's tourism industry. He underlined that while we work to improve our tourism industry, we can benefit from the continent's wealth of experience in various aspects. Program Director, African wisdom and knowledge systems have flowed like a river and passed through the ages by the ancestors of this great land, who against the tides of hardship stood resolute to protect our beloved Africa, our cherished home. These are leaders who refuse to be defined by their circumstances and instead stood as a beacon of light illuminating Africa's path. In particular, I speak of those valiant spirits, both men and women, amongst them Jomo Kenyatta, who united in a fervent spirit of defiance, like the Mau Mau in Kenya, who rose to claim the freedom of their beautiful homeland, which encompasses the savanna, lake lands, the dramatic Great Rift Valley, and mountain highlands. I'm referring to leaders like Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, Tanzania's first president, known for his role in achieving independence for Tanganyika and his efforts to create a unified and egalitarian society. His actions reflected his love and optimism for his country's beauty. Who can today refuse to visit a nation with such amazing wildlife and natural scenery, such as Mount Kilimanjaro, Serengeti National Park, and the Ngorongoro Crater. We will always be grateful to Thomas Sankara, Nandi Azikiwe, Milton Obote, Patrice Lumumba, Kenneth Kaunda, Samora Machel, and other leaders who contributed to the transformation of our wonderful continent. Due to their contribution in achieving political independence, Africa is now welcoming many tourists to explore its beauty, marvels, hospitality, and culture. Many travelers are drawn to uncover the roots that shaped these remarkable men and women of our continent, and for this we should all be proud. Furthermore, tourists from all over the world can now freely experience a diverse range of attractions, from iconic landmarks like the Table Mountain and Victoria Falls, our vibrant African cities and wildlife reserves, not forgetting Uganda's diverse national parks and Morocco's rich culture and landscapes. When you explore Africa's vast regions and different civilizations, you will surely be met by a rich history, customs, and natural beauties that demonstrate the interconnections of this great continent. From the ancient civilizations that thrived along the Nile River to the vivid cultures that cover the streets of busy cities today, Africa is a land full of stories that are just waiting to be told. Africa's attractions and influx of tourists also means that our continent is an important part of the world's economy, politics, growth, and humanity. Despite being separated by man-made borders, the humanity of the African people permeates the veins of all African countries. Our unity is cemented by our social cohesion. It is a reminder of how unique we are as humans, created with love, compassion, and care that are inextricably linked to our identities. Our humanity makes us stand out in the world's melting pot of cultures, traditions, and heritage. As Africans, we strive to live by the principles of Ubuntu, which emphasizes interconnectedness and promote a sense of community, mutual support, and respect for human dignity. It is a core value that influences social interactions, governance, and conflict resolution, fostering a sense of unity and solidarity. In the embrace of an interconnected Africa, it is important to recognize the obstacles that the continent encounters. Africa faces numerous challenges, including political strife, poverty, unemployment, and inequality, which have led to widespread misery, violence, and loss of life. We cannot remain silent when the fabric of our societies disintegrate, torn by widening geopolitical divides, economic tensions, and the harsh impacts of changing climate, bringing forth catastrophic consequences. Program Director, these issues require our collective action. This gathering here today must confront these challenges and uncover enduring solutions. Africa can overcome any obstacle that stands in her path. However, the key to overcoming these lies in our ability to work together. Compatriots, tourism undoubtedly serves as a significant economic engine, a catalyst for social change, and a cornerstone for inclusive growth. At the heart of a vibrant industry, it's its human capital. We pride ourselves on the warm human experience and rich cultural diversity that makes a visit to Africa unforgettable. We recognize that for Africa to realize its full potential, we must unlock the vast untapped opportunities in the tourism sector within our own borders. As Minister indicated earlier, tourism contributes significantly to Africa's GDP, directly and indirectly. In 2023, travel and tourism contributed 6.8% to Africa's GDP, up from 5.9% in the previous year. In South Africa, tourism contributes 8.9% to our GDP and supports 1.68 million jobs. And as the Minister indicated, this is growing, a figure we are determined to push harder and harder to grow to more than 2 million jobs by 2030. Projections indicate that tourism's contribution to GDP could rise to 10.4% by 2030, driven by increased international arrivals, infrastructure investments, and also targeted marketing initiatives. We are determined to accelerate investments, open our skies, deepen our partnerships, and position Africa not at the margins of the global economy, but firmly at its center, where it belongs. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa's unlimited potential is not just a vision. It's a Pan-African reality waiting to be realized. Our theme, Unlimited Africa, is not just a statement. It is a bold declaration of Africa's promise and possibilities. It speaks of an Africa unbound by all stereotypes. Africa driven by its own ambitions and solutions. This is an Africa where intra-continental trade, investments, and tourism are no longer mere aspirations, but rather everyday realities. The African Continental Free Trade Area is expected to significantly benefit tourism in Africa by fostering inter-Africa travel, attracting investments in tourism, infrastructure, and stimulating economic growth. What is also important is that we boost our intra-Africa travel while also increasing the share of international tourism. Inter-Africa tourism is crucial for boosting local economies, fostering regional integration, and promoting cultural understanding within the continent. It creates jobs, strengthens economies, and contributes to infrastructure development whilst conserving natural environment and cultural assets. Therefore, Africa's Travel Indaba stands as a beacon of what is possible when we act together. It reminds us that tourism is not just about travel. It is about connection, empowerment, and shared belief. It is about promoting each other's markets and harnessing what we have as diverse nations. The South African government has already begun this journey of promoting tourism by enabling seamless African travel. We aim to remove barriers, unlock access, and make it easy for Africans and the world to experience Africa. We remain committed to ensuring that travel is safe, secure, and seamless for all. We want each traveler to find joy in their journey through our land. This will be the case for those of you who will be traveling to South Africa for the historic G20 summit in November. The hosting of the G20 positively catapults Africa into the global spotlight. It signifies a progressive milestone for both South Africa and the African continent, providing an opportunity for us to highlight African perspectives on global economic development issues. We need to echo a united African voice on every global stage. With one voice, we boost Africa's role in global matters, strengthen country-to-country integration, and enable better support for important issues like development, peace, and security. Furthermore, we must engage constructively with our global partners within the G20, developing relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and reciprocity. Program Director, together we can create a more egalitarian and inclusive global order that benefits all countries by overcoming divides and forging partnership. Compatriots, over 200 G20 related meetings will take place across South Africa, putting our country and our continent at the heart of the world's most important economic conversations. We have already hosted successful first G20 Tourism Working Group meeting, the G20 Tourism Working Group second meeting, with subsequent meetings, and the G20 Tourism Ministers meeting is expected towards the end, it's expected later on this year. South Africa's tourism priorities for 2025 G20 President are consistent with the continent's priorities outlined in our Agenda 2063 and the core objective of the UN Tourism Agenda for Africa. Tourism for inclusive growth, the strategic roadmap guiding the promotion of sustainable development across the continent. As the only African member of the G20, South Africa has a solemn responsibility and a proud opportunity to advocate for developing nations and the Global South to champion sustainable tourism and to secure investment for Africa's future. Program Director, let us be clear. Africa's future lies in Africans choosing Africa. We must choose to explore each other's countries with curiosity and determination. We must choose to invest in each other's businesses. Over the decades, we have noted meaningful progress that signifies a shift from viewing tourism purely as leisure to recognizing it as a strategic driver of economic development. This gathering, therefore, and those that will follow ought to act as sparks of greater regional cooperation, enabling African nations to present themselves together as diverse but yet united countries. We need to integrate our technologies, innovation, and sustainable practice into the tourism strategies. More importantly, we must be able to identify the implementation of tangible empowerment programs targeting our local communities through tourism-linked employment and enterprise development. We must deepen our efforts to build resilient and inclusive tourism economies that benefit women, youth, and people with disabilities as well. As we come together in discussions in this Indaba and reflect on many aspects of this Indaba, let us also think about meaningful strategies to enhance our infrastructure connectivity and visa systems to facilitate travel throughout the continent. We also need to invest more in skills and digital transformation for the tourism sector to thrive. We must foster innovation and sustainable practices to ensure long-term economic growth. In conclusion, Program Director, let us celebrate the bond that unites Africa, honoring the vibrant cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and the incredible people that make this continent shine with brilliance. Let us demonstrate to the world that Africa is ready for business. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now officially declare Africa Travel Indaba 2025 open.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Asante sana, Madase. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to a very significant and defining moment for this particular event. I'm going to ask that the Premier, and we ask that the Honourable Minister, please come and join the Deputy President on stage. Together with them, I'm going to ask that the Pan-African ministers please come and join me on stage. The ministers from across the continent, if you could please come and join me on stage. I'm also going to ask that the two members of the portfolio could the MC
Guys, they are pirates. Guys, they are...
Could we also have the South African Tourism CEO on stage, the Director General of Department of Tourism, Tourism Business Council of South Africa Chairperson, the South African Tourism Board Chair, and the Marcoms Chairperson on stage with us as well. Okay, so the ringing of the bell signifies the opening of the trade floor for business. And so I'm going to ask that the Deputy President please ring the bell on the count of 10. Let's count with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event and the trade floor is now officially open for business. we'll just take a little time to capture the moment. We have many representatives of the media here, so I'll ask that my delegation on stage be patient with them. If you'd like, ring that bell again. Why not? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody, if I could just ask that you please find a seat and please take your seats. I would like to ensure that the delegation on stage are able to leave the venue. Team, if you could please be ready for them to leave. Please, if I could just have some order in the room. It'll just take a few minutes. Some order in the room, please, so I can ensure that our delegation departs. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today.